Hey, what's up guys? I'm Al Kavadlo and this is Ask Al. Today's first question comes from a YouTube user named M. Kairu who writes, "Hey Al, how can I have my first pull-up rep? My body weight more than 100 kilograms. So what's the solution?" As I often like to point out, one of the keys to bodyweight calisthenics is having a good strength to mass ratio. So it sounds like you're probably too heavy and you need to lose some weight. Beyond that, you gotta just put in the time and do the work. Check out this video right here to see how a beginner can progress up to a full pull-up and beyond. Next question comes from a Facebook fan named Christoph Kozecki who writes, "Who is Paul Wade? Paul Wade is fake? Paul Wade is Pavel? Frequently asked questions." This sure is a frequently asked question. For those of you who don't know what he's referring to, Paul Wade is the name of the author who wrote the popular Convict Conditioning book. And Paul Wade has chosen to remain anonymous. There's no photos of him, there's no videos of him, so naturally some people are skeptical about his story. And I can tell you for sure that Paul Wade is not Pavel. Pavel recently left Dragon Door and started his own rival company, so it really wouldn't make any sense for them to be the same person. He'd be competing with himself, essentially. Beyond that, another leading conspiracy theory is that Dragon Door CEO John Duquesne is really Paul Wade. I can tell you for sure that that is also not true. I know John really well. John's an extremely busy guy, and there's no way he possibly has time to also write all those books and blog posts and answer emails like Paul Wade does. So it's definitely not the same person. Now, I can't confirm 100% that Paul Wade is who he says he is, because I've never met the guy, and I don't have any definitive evidence to prove that his story is true. What I can tell you is I've had a ton of email correspondences with Paul Wade, and the person who's writing back to me, I don't know who it is for sure, but whoever it is, they know a lot about body weight, and the voice in the emails very much matches the tone of the writing of the Convict Conditioning books. So I've got to believe it's the same person. For me personally, the story at face value doesn't seem so implausible. The fact that this guy did a lot of time in prison, learned a lot about body weight strength, and wants to be anonymous now, I don't really have an issue with that. It makes sense to me. The conspiracy theories seem a lot more far-fetched than the truth. But I know this is going to be one of those topics that is never going to be closed for sure. People are always going to want to be talking about this. Last question for the day comes from a YouTube user named SonOfADad666 who writes, "Do you write down your progress through a logbook? I think I know that you don't follow programs or predetermined reps, but you must have some structure to follow up your work, or is it totally ad hoc?" I have used logbooks years ago, earlier on in my training, and they can definitely be helpful for keeping you regimented and helping you keep track of what you're doing and what you're progressing on. However, lately, as you know, I like to keep my workouts a little more free-form and open-ended, and it doesn't really benefit me much anymore to keep a journal, although it did for a long time. For those of you who are looking to get a workout journal, my friend Paul Wade actually recently came out with the Convict Conditioning Logbook. I'm going to put the link down there below so you can grab a copy if you want. It's a really well laid out logbook for body weight training. It's got lots of good tips in there as well and a couple sample routines. Plus, there's a few photos of me in there. So definitely make sure you pick that up. That's all the time I got for this edition of Ask Al. Keep leaving me your questions in the comment section below and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. As always, I'm Al Kavadlo and we're working out.